BC Tonight.
It's 11 o'clock. AmeriGuard Security would like to remind you to set your alarm and check your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, AmeriGuards it.
Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly supports tonight's first segment of local news that matters. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru. Confidence in motion. Local news that matters. This is Ksee 24 News at 11.
We're used to seeing lots of snow. Everybody's ready. Everybody's ready to move it, plow it, groom it, and enjoy it.
The promise of more rain and snow could lead to an early opening for our local ski resorts. We've got team coverage of the arrival of a winter storm. AJ with the forecast and a report from China Peak coming up. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Barugian.
And I'm Alexander Balakian.
And we begin with some breaking news tonight. The drawing for the $1.9 billion Powerball jackpot has been delayed.
And our rules require that the drawing be delayed until we can ensure that all game procedures have been successfully completed.
And we were all waiting for it. The record-shattering Powerball drawing was supposed to take place at 8 o'clock tonight, but here we are at 11 o'clock and still no drawing for those numbers. Lottery officials are blaming the 3-hour delay on a technical glitch. Officials telling the Associated Press that once they're able to resolve the issue, they'll move forward with the drawing, and those results will then be posted on the Powerball website. On the line tonight, a Powerball record jackpot, $1.9 billion. The winner has a 1 in 292 million chance of hitting all 6 numbers. The lump sum payout, if someone wins it, $929 million.
Now to the forecast and the arrival of rain in the valley and snow in the mountains.
And we're not done yet. Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox joining us now. First look at the forecast and more rain, AJ.
Yeah, we got a lot better odds of getting more rain for the valley and snow for the mountains, too. Starting by looking at our live radar, and you can see that, again, Fresno is sort of in a break. Now, you're going to be disappointed with the numbers I show you in a moment, but there was a couple of waves that passed through. We still have some good snow in Fresno and also into Madera County. It looks like around Yosemite, it's starting to back off. But now we also see the next wave that's coming in. This is coming in overnight, and it's going to be a colder system, too, so our snow levels are going to drop quite a bit. How much rain have we gotten so far? Here's the disappointing part. These are the same numbers I showed you at 5 and at 6 o'clock this evening. 2 tenths in Merced, 3 tenths in Fresno, 32 hundredths in Hanford. I know you know that we had some more rain in the city of Fresno. Even on the north side, south side of town, it just didn't fall in the bucket at the airport in any of those rain gauges, in fact. So looking at our valley cam on top of our building, it's now pointed towards the airport, but you can see that low layer of clouds is still there, and it's pretty dark out there. And so we're looking at the heavier rain and snow that's still happening in the mountains. The winter storm warning, that goes on until Wednesday at 10 a.m. The snow level itself will be as low as 4,000 feet. So the National Weather Service extended the winter storm warning to the Kern County mountains from 4 a.m. tomorrow until 10 a.m. on Wednesday. And that includes the Grapevine. A snow level of 4,000 feet is just low enough to mess up travel over those mountains. 52 now in Fresno, 46 already in Hanford, 47 in Visalia. It was down to 48 in Madera, and now it's gone back up to 50 degrees. Cloud cover has everything to do with that. So the rain that we're going to be dealing with for the next several hours, first off, we're going to have a potential for isolated thunderstorms and gusty winds tomorrow, now through Wednesday morning, and the same situation with the snow. Look at these snow level numbers, snowfall numbers, 8,000 feet, 4 to 6 feet of new snow. At 5,000 feet, we could see as much as 2 to 5 feet of new snow. Now, that includes what's already fallen, but the point is that this is a monster storm that's coming our way, a good way to get started. So tomorrow, the heavy rain at times turns into lighter showers that finally wrap up Wednesday morning. Then the colder mornings will open the door for potential fog on Thursday and Friday. I'll have your complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Now back to you.
AJ, thanks so much. So we continue our team coverage as this winter storm blows through resorts like China Peak, hoping for an early start to the ski season.
Ksee 24 weekend anchor Jennifer Ortega with more on what China Peak worked all year for.
General Manager Tim Coey says they built a really good summer business with a marina, a bar, a restaurant, boat rentals, and concerts. And that season finished about a month ago. The snow is their main event.
We're used to seeing lots of snow. Everybody's ready. Everybody's ready to move it, plow it, groom it, and enjoy it.
China Peak Mountain Resort General Manager Tim Ksee says it's been snowing all day and it's already starting to stick. He says by tomorrow they're expecting at least 2.5 feet of snow on the ground.
It's an unusually early start. This hasn't happened really since about 2010. That was about 13 years ago when there was a huge amount of snow before Thanksgiving, and the ski resort we opened before Thanksgiving then as well.
He says he's been doing this for 43 years, and it's always a scramble to get things ready. But it's what they prepared for all year long.
This is what everybody wants. It's you're willing to scramble. You're willing to do anything you have to do to get ready to take advantage of something that is so fortunate, which is to have snow so early before Thanksgiving.
The snow coming in, giving them a 7-week head start on the most important week of the year, Christmas vacation. But Ksee says they're getting crushed with calls from customers.
They're caught a little off guard too. So I can tell you what's happening right now is people are searching for their skis, searching for their snowboard, wondering where their boots are, trying to find their helmet. I needed to get new gloves.
Ksee says even while the snow is coming down, they'll continue to make their own snow and mix it in with a natural snowfall.
You can't make excuses if you get early snow. That's what everybody's dream is.
Of course, they're just excited to have a 7-week head start heading into the holiday season. So he says this snowfall is their lucky break. In the studio, Jennifer Ortega, KC24 Local News That Matters.
Developing tonight, a Clovis family says they woke up to a disturbing scene over the weekend. They claim their gay pride flag was taken down from their house and burned, and they say they found it in their front yard.
Our Catherine Phillips got a chance to speak with the family tonight and has more on why they will not press any charges.
The family says they've had this pride flag hanging at their house since July and they haven't had any issues. But over the weekend, they found the flag torn down from the flagpole. They say it was burnt and destroyed.
I look at this as sort of a hate crime.
Lindsay Nagel says many of her family members, including her son Liam, are members of the LGBT community. So she put up a pride flag at their Clovis home in order to show support. But over the weekend,
the flag was destroyed. Half of the pole is missing.
Her son Liam says he found the flag torn down and burnt. He took these pictures of the aftermath. He says it looks like whoever did this also smashed the pumpkins they had in their yard too.
It's definitely threatening because we've been here for 9 years now and we haven't really done anything wrong to anybody.
Lindsay Nagel says she did call Clovis police, and an officer came out to file an incident report. She says she also gave a statement.
They had asked me if I wanted to press charges, if anyone was found. I said no, only because it's a $30 flag. It's more of just getting the message out there that this is not okay. The police officer had let us know that there could be some footage on a neighbor's surveillance, but we haven't heard anything yet. And the police officer told us to keep our expectations in check.
Because of this, Clovis police officials say they couldn't provide an official statement on the case. They say they aren't investigating only because Nagel wouldn't want to press charges. If she did, they say it would be charged as vandalism and maybe even a hate crime.
It's really sad that in this time of day you can't simply put a flag up without somebody looking at it as something evil and awful.
The family at this time doesn't have any of their own surveillance cameras up on their property, but they say in the wake of this incident, they're going to put some up. They also say they are going to get a new pride flag. Reporting in Clovis, Catherine Phillips, KC24 Local News That Matters.
An investigation underway after a stabbing suspect dies in police custody. Orange Cove police were called to Casuga Court and Orona Way yesterday morning, where they say a man was allegedly stabbed by 25-year-old Salvador Lopez. Lopez refused to comply with officers' commands, and one officer deployed a taser, but officers say Lopez continued to charge at them. Another officer fired a beanbag, which struck Lopez in his torso. The officers were then able to handcuff him, and at some point they say Lopez became unresponsive. He later died despite efforts to revive him. Fresno County Sheriff's homicide detectives are now investigating his death, and the man who was stabbed is expected to survive.
KC24, your local election headquarters. We're just hours from the midterm election and voting already underway. Our Ben Morris with more on the preparations ahead of Election Day, as well as reaction to low voter turnout to this point.
If you are waiting until the big day, there are more than 30 different items on the county ballot. Fresno County's 52 voting locations will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you just need to be in line by 8. If you get to your local voting location after 8, you won't be able to vote.
You just need to get to the vote center and we're going to assist you, get you checked in, get you your ballot, and help you to vote.
Or you can drop your mail-in ballot at a county drop box or bring it with you to a voting center tomorrow.
You can go by, drop off your vote by mail ballot. We'll pick those up from line, get you out of there nice and quick.
As for last-minute prep, there's no big last-minute changes to expect other than breaking out some mats to keep feet dry with the expected rain. In Madera County, early voting centers also just closing up shop at 5. Officials say roughly 17,000 Madera County voters have already cast their early votes or mail-in ballots so far. A number they say is not nearly enough to avoid long lines and, of course, lags in counting votes.
When they hold on to their vote-by-mail ballots, we still have to go through that entire processing of those ballots, including checking signatures. Well, that's not going to happen until after Election Day.
If you haven't registered to vote yet, you can do so by visiting registertovote.ca.gov. Just bring your knowledge of the candidates and measures on the ballot.
Know what your votes are going to be. You have time when you get there to vote, but being informed will help you through the process.
Ben Morris, KC24, local news that matters.
And YourCentralValley.com is your exclusive home for live online election coverage starting at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. It will run until 10:30 p.m. And then be sure to tune in to KC24 News at 11 for a full wrap-up of election night results.
Still to come here at 11, looking at COVID long term.
What future COVID vaccines might look like.
Also, Twitter has a change of heart about some of its recently announced firings of their employees.
Your other headlines tonight, although much of the valley is again in a break, you can expect more rain coming back overnight. It'll be heavy at times Tuesday and even possible thunderstorms. We'll be done with the rain on Wednesday morning, but then after that, the fog returns. In your 4-day allergy forecast, brought to you by Boz Allergy. That'll stay in the low range through the week. Elm and juniper, the predominant pollens, and I'll have your complete forecast as KC24 News continues.
It's a time of rebuilding from the pandemic and ongoing violence, but there's more work to do to help the people that hang in the balance. KC24 returns to Armenia to bring you stories of hope and perseverance. Specialists giving care to citizens and wounded soldiers who still face violence at the border.
They're supporting missions that come here to do everything for free.
Fresno City Council member Mike Carbasi meets with Armenian officials to strengthen bonds. The Valley's Armenia, the mission returns November 16th on KC24, sponsored by Fashion Furniture.
The 2022 Subaru Crosstrek is as powerful as your sense of adventure. Its 182 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine makes exploring fun. Sure-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive is standard. And the Crosstrek has the best resale value in its class for 2 years running. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Get to Subaru at Fresno, where every new Subaru comes with complimentary maintenance included.
Tonight, Jimmy and Ryan Reynolds have a pop. Plus, MSNBC's Jen Psaki and Weird Al Yankovic with Classroom Instruments. Newfound.
Now, are Big Macs really shrinking, or are my hands getting bigger?
Whoa, easy, big guy. Look, a big Carl.
Thank goodness.
Bite into a bigger, beefier burger. The Big Carl, only at Carl's Jr.
To protect Valley families, State Senator Melissa Hurtado took on her own party, fighting against the early release of violent criminals. She's working across party lines to increase funding for local law enforcement and crack down on human traffickers. Now, as the Valley faces a fentanyl crisis, Hurtado is working to prevent overdoses and save lives. Endorsed by California's police chiefs and first responders, State Senator Melissa Hurtado. She's all Valley.
We have big news.
Really big.
Turns out the Big Mac isn't actually that big, unlike the really big Carl, which is...
How juicy.
Hey, we're live.
It's just you and me, baby.
I'm uncomfortable.
Bite into a really big burger. The really big Carl, only at Carl's Jr.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by Central Floor Supply. certified chief meteorologist, AJ Fox, with your local weather authority forecast.
Well, today's cloud cover had temperatures moderated today, which means it wasn't too cold in the morning. It wasn't very hot in the afternoon. Our morning low was 51. Our afternoon high only 5 degrees warmer than that. And so it was warmer than normal in the morning and cooler than normal in the afternoon. 0.3 of an inch of rain so far. That is 10 times what we would consider average for the single day. We're still behind for the season. And it's kind of disappointing that we haven't seen any of these numbers increase since our 6 o'clock newscast, because we've had some real rain that has happened in portions of the valley since then. 52 right now in Fresno. You can see the evidence. This is our valley cam, the sun-made valley cam. This is near the corner of Herndon and Palm. See that sheen on the street? That's a wet road is what that is, and that's where the rain had been falling. It just wasn't registering in the official bucket at the airport. So winter storm warning remains in effect until 10 a.m. on Wednesday. It'll kick in for the Kern County Mountains, including the Grapevine, tomorrow at 4 a.m. and then expire also Wednesday at 10 a.m. So looking at our radar right now, you can see that the things have kind of backed off a little bit in the Fresno area and even up into the mountain areas, but there's still this next wave that's going to come in, and according to Futurecast, it's going to push in more rain, a lot of it for the valley floor, and all of that blue, that's all going to be snow, and extends all the way down into the Kern County Mountains and into the deserts briefly. Looking at the clearing of the skies through Wednesday, then the cold air comes in. We'll be talking about fog. 1/2 inch of rain plus in Fresno, 9,300 in Madera, a full inch of rain between now and Wednesday morning for Merced. So there's definitely going to be some areas that get more. Same with the snow. More than 2 feet of snow at Huntington Lake, 18 inches at Sequoia National Park, 9 inches, 9.5 inches in Yosemite, not quite that for Kings Canyon. So looking at our temperatures tonight, we're going to be in the 40s and lower 50s, 45 in Pixley, 47 in Selma, Huron 43, 46 in San Joaquin, a 50 in Madera, 48 for Chowchilla, Merced 49, 48 also in Los Banos with a high temperature of 55 in Merced, Chowchilla, Madera 56, 46 the high temperature in Oakhurst, 56 in Selma, Coalinga, Lemoore 57, same for Corcoran, Visalia and Tulare 56, Sequoia National Park 33, just barely above freezing, 58 expected in Delano. Air quality will be good. Thank you to the rain, and we're looking at our solar forecast, which will be low tomorrow, more rain, less rain on Wednesday and Thursday, and the numbers come back quite a bit. So the showers will be off and on. Right now they're off in Fresno, but they'll come back on. 50 degrees the overnight low. Then tomorrow, rain and possible thunder. We're looking at 56 for a high temperature with winds up to 20 miles per hour. Over the next 7 days, things will finally calm down early on Wednesday morning, and the showers will end. We'll see a little more sunshine in the afternoon. That'll open up the door for potential fog. Look at the morning lows Thursday and Friday, both at 40. And so we're going to see temperatures come up a little, but not a lot. Lower 40s is kind of where fog lives. And so I suspect we may see it every single day right into the early days of next week. Your regional forecasts are available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com. So please go check it out there. So far, the snow hasn't fallen low enough to satisfy, well, me. And but tonight it'll dip down to 4,000 feet. Grapevine's 4,200.
Oh, wow.
Right. The
So
base of Yosemite is 4,000 feet, so
Okay.
it could be impacted. Yeah. So driving tomorrow night is no.
Not a good
you want to call ahead. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good to
Not
know.
AJ approved yet, but it's getting close.
We're getting close, right?
All right. AJ, thank you. All right, time to see what's coming up next in sports.
And for that, we send things over to Scott Bemis. Hey, Scott.
Guys, coming up, Jake Hainer was really good Saturday, but he might be even better going forward. I'll explain. And we'll talk some Fresno State hoops as the Bulldog men got a little scare from Fresno Pacific in their season opener tonight. That's next in Sports Central.
Fall allergy season has started with grass and weed pollen and high levels of mold in the air. Air pollution makes allergy symptoms worse. Boz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic COVID-19 symptoms, and flu season is starting. Come to Boz Allergy at the first sign of symptoms. Rest assured we'll diagnose and treat you accurately. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
As a student athlete, my time at Fresno State did a lot more than prepare me for a career in football. My academic education prepared me for success after football. Fresno State doesn't receive enough funding from California to be all it can be for this valley. Measure E will help our university modernize, grow, and deliver a world-class education to students right here. Please join Fresno State's team and vote yes on Measure E.
I'm Rudy Salas, and I approve this message.
I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 31 years old. It's ridiculous how much the price of insulin has gone up. David Valadeo voted against capping insulin at $35.
David Valadeo and Washington Republicans are forcing Central Valley families to choose between medicine, food, and gas. Washington Republicans just don't get it.
Diabetes affects your heart, your liver, your eyes. I have to have my insulin.
Politician Adam Gray. You pay his salary, but he skips work. Skipped over 150 votes. Didn't even vote to stop the gas tax. When he does show up, his votes make things worse. Gray voted for a multi-million-dollar tax on dairy farmers, a $3 million tax on grape growers, and a massive tax increase on livestock feed. Adam Gray. We're better off without him. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Families are struggling, and David Valadeo is making things worse. Valadeo voted against capping insulin prices, refused COVID relief for families, but his family business took thousands, even opposed raising the minimum wage. David Valadeo, out for himself, but Rudy Salas is putting the Valley first. Salas got overtime pay for farm workers and stood up to drug companies to lower insulin costs. Rudy Salas, lowering costs, standing with us. DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Last Wednesday, the Fresno State men's basketball team hosted Stanislaus State in an exhibition game. The Bulldogs won, but trailed in the second half. On Monday, they welcomed Fresno Pacific for their official season opener. And the D2 Sunbirds, well, they came to play. Of course, their roster is filled with Valley guys like Darren Person Jr., former Emmanuel star, goes up strong here for the layup. Person scored 11. Spencer Heimerdinger had 15. The former standout at Buchanan, 4 of 7 from 3. FPU led by as many as 15 in the first half. But the Bulldogs would come back. They would pull away in the second half. This Anthony Holland dunk, part of a 14-0 run. Holland scored 13. Newcomer Isaiah Moore here. He had a double-double, 19 and 10. Certainly wasn't perfect, but it was a Bulldog win, 69-56.
We were disappointed in some of the plays, but I don't think we were frustrated because we came back and won the game. So I can't tell you if we're better than from the Stanislaus game to this game or not. Neither one of them did we play that well, but at times we showed some really good stretches of how we can be good.
Also post-game, Coach Hudson saying San Joaquin Memorial 4-star freshman JoJo Hunter is dealing with a sprained thumb that might require surgery. His status going forward is unclear. Earlier Monday, Jamie White and the Fresno State women hosting Fresno Pacific in their season opener as well. The Dogs jumping out to a huge lead, up by double digits early. Now, they've got a bunch of new faces, but it's a returner, Amy Book, with the driving layup there. She scored 11, as did newcomer Amaya West, a transfer from Nevada. Spin move, bucket, and the foul. Dogs win 66-49. They'll host Cal State Bakersfield next on Friday afternoon. Football now, where senior quarterback Jake Haener was named Mountain West Offensive Player of the Week Monday after throwing for 327 and 4 touchdowns in Saturday's 55-13 win over Hawaii. Jake told us Monday he was feeling a little limited by his injured ankle in his return against San Diego State, but that wasn't the case against Hawaii Saturday.
It was obviously great to be able to go out there and move around and have no pain doing it. The ankle, I got another scan last week and about 97%, which was a week ago, so I'm feeling about 100% now.
Jake would prefer to actually ditch the brace he's wearing, but knows the doctors might have a different opinion. The Dogs will visit UNLV Friday night. Finally, wanted to give a shout out to the Fresno City College women's volleyball team. They got a straight set win over Reedley College Monday night, clinching a 15th straight Central Valley Conference title for the Rams. Also their 159th consecutive conference win, a streak that began in late October of 2011. Now, the Rams are the defending state champs, actually had won 128 consecutive conference sets in a row until COS got a set from them a couple weeks ago. The news continues after the break.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Get the PF Black Card for 0 enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th.
Work without compromise with Steel battery power. Take power earlier into the day and later into the evening. With the performance and durability you need to get the job done. It's a new era with battery power made by Steel. Learn more about changes coming to California.
Are you kidding me? Is that for me? How? Oh, can't wait to see what you got your mother.
The BMW Road Home Sales Event, on now.
Receive a credit of up to $3,250 on select models now through November 30th.
Inflation, the drought, restrictions on women's health. This year's been tough on the people of our valley and our nation. I'm Jim Costra, and that's why in Congress, I'm fighting to get things done for all of us. Passing the Inflation Reduction Act to lower drug costs, securing billions of dollars for water infrastructure and a clean water supply, while fighting for women's reproductive rights. I approve this message because the Valley is our home, and I will never stop working for you.
At Me and Ed's, we know all about fresh. From fresh dough made daily to fresh cut vegetables, sauce from vine-ripened tomatoes, and fresh ingredients with no byproducts or hormones. Only at Me and Ed's, where fresh comes first.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy.
Everybody knows that you need to glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Get the PF Black Card for 0 enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th.
Now YourCentralValley.com, pros who know.
While under IV sedation, you can have all of your dental work done while you sleep. For more information about the process, call Better Life today.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
Medical experts set to meet this week to map out the road ahead to keep COVID under control. White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci hosting a two-day workshop of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He says the current COVID vaccines have limited durability, especially with the more recent variants. But he says developing vaccines that can be administered through the mouth, nose, or lungs could be a game changer.
In an about-face, new Twitter owner Elon Musk, who fired dozens of employees last week, now asking for them to come back. On Friday, the company laid off roughly half of its staff. Bloomberg News reporting some of those who are being asked to return were apparently laid off by mistake.
And still to come, soccer fans worldwide will soon be focused on Qatar.
The FIFA World Cup kicks off later this month. We'll take a look at some of the preparations.
It's the night that helps America decide.
Will the people choose a new direction?
Count on News Nation for the most accurate real-time data powered by Decision Desk HQ.
And only News Nation is everywhere on the ground that counts.
With the most journalists and the best political team anywhere.
For results without the agendas and bias, tune in tomorrow starting 6/5 Central on News Nation. Scan now to stay with News Nation 24/7.
For Central Valley women, our doctors and nurses, it's a tough new world since the Supreme Court took away our right to choose. Even tougher if John Duarte ever gets to Congress. Because John Duarte supports allowing extremist politicians to ban abortion. No exceptions, not for rape or incest. Can't John Duarte see the harm that does to all of us? We still have the right to choose our congressman. And we can't choose John Duarte. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
During my last visit home, I noticed some big changes in Mom. She'd lost weight and the house was a mess. That's when I decided to get help. I called Synergy Home Care. They provide caring companionship, medication reminders, even run errands and help prepare meals.
Choose in-home trusted care services anywhere from 2 to 24 hours a day by calling Synergy Home Care.
we are here for you. It's like having a doctor in the family.
Call or log on to their website to schedule a free in-home assessment at no cost. I did it for Mom. I did it for me.
For Rudy Salas, it's a charmed life. Paid the highest legislative salary in the nation, even as Californians pay the highest gas prices. Given over $80,000 in free gifts and trips. Some were financed by groups pushing a bill that could raise gas prices 73 cents a gallon higher. Salas backed their bill, selling you out. They paid his way, we paid the price. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Your health is our focus. That's why we're telling stories that inspire, educate, and promote wellness. Stories straight from our own community. Join us each week for MedWatch Today, Saturday on Ksee 24.
I'm Rudy Salas, and I approve this message.
I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 31 years old. It's ridiculous how much the price of insulin has gone up. David Valadao voted against capping insulin at $35.
David Valadao and Washington Republicans are forcing Central Valley families to choose between medicine, food, and gas. Washington Republicans just don't get it.
Diabetes affects your heart, your liver, your eyes. I have to have my insulin.
Whoa, check out Scott's Sneaks.
Sweet. Hey, you can win your own. Just go to our contest page at yourcentralvalley.com. Every month, City Stars gives $100 towards your new pair.
Nice.
Check out Scott Sneaks, a new pair featured each week on Ksee 24's Bulldog Insider.
Well, finally tonight, in less than a couple of weeks, soccer fans from around the world will have their eyes glued on the country of Qatar.
It is the host nation for the FIFA World Cup, the tournament kicking off on November 20th and lasting through December 18th. Nearly 2.5 million tickets have been sold for the tournament, and a village within the capital city of Doha getting ready to welcome those visitors from around the world. There's an amphitheater there, a beach, galleries, gardens, restaurants, even man-made hills. And a range of activities are planned, such as exhibitions and concerts. The World Cup typically takes place during the summer, but it was pushed back this year to avoid Qatar's blistering summer heat.
It'll be fun to watch.
It'll be magnificent. We'll see you tomorrow.
Get local news that matters and certified accurate forecasts at the new yourcentralvalley.com. Now scroll while you watch with quick access to news important to you. Connect with your community with the very latest local stories. Ksee 24 News is always available at yourcentralvalley.com.
Fall allergy season has started with grass and weed pollen and high levels of mold in the air. Air pollution makes allergy symptoms worse. Boz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic COVID-19 symptoms, and flu season is starting. Come to Boz Allergy at the first sign of symptoms.